For the first time since the national championship tournament in 2021, the North Dakota hockey team will be coming into the series as the #1 ranked team in the country. UND getting ready for some Thanksgiving weekend action against their Highway 2 foes, the Bemidji State Beavers. It's been an incredible start to the season for North Dakota, to say the least. They've only suffered 2 losses this year, riding a 4-game winning streak into the series with Bemidji State. They have back-to-back sweeps over Duluth and Miami, giving them a perfect 4-0 NCHC record as well. While it may not be a conference series this weekend, their matchups with Bemidji State tend to be just as competitive. We heard from head coach Brad Berry ahead of these 2 Thanksgiving contests.
And I think it makes your team better. You know, at the end of the year, our schedule was comprised of some very tough teams we had to go through, and this is another one. A very good team coming in here. You know, they're coming off a big win in Mankato, a comeback win. They can score goals. They're a team that can gain momentum on you if you let them. And at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we try to do things that we have to do to come out on top.
These 2 teams have seen every possible result in their last 4 matchups. UND has won 2, Bemidji State won 1, and the other was a tie. This series begins at the Ralph Engelstad Arena on Friday night. The USHL celebrating Thanksgiving a day early. The Fargo Force in Sioux City for a matchup with the Musketeers. Force on the attack early. Tate Taylor firing away toward the net. Samuel Urban snags it with the glove to keep us scoreless. The Fargo goaltending just as strong early. Puck goes off the skate right into a one-timer. Anton Castro slams the door on that. We finish the first period tied up at 0. Into the second frame we go. Not going to stay scoreless for long. Force on the power play. The Muskies break free. Feed over to Brian Nicholas. Sends this one into the top shelf. His 8th goal of the season. Sioux City with a 1-0 lead. Now this one will stay close all the way through. Sioux City finishing with a 3-2 win. Force will be back home at Shields Arena on Friday night. Minnesota Vikings preparing for another primetime matchup after the Thanksgiving weekend. Vikings will have all eyes on them for the 2nd consecutive week as they host the Chicago Bears on Monday night. Minnesota's coming off of a Sunday night football matchup against the Denver Broncos that saw their 5-game winning streak come to an end. Head coach Kevin O'Connell says that his team is staying consistent despite the loss as they head into this division matchup.
Our urgency of our preparation is kind of something we like to hang our hat on around here, and making sure we understand that every moment matters. And I don't think that should change based upon the results of the previous week. It didn't change throughout those 5 games. And you can have urgency and you can have a mindset, but I don't think our preparation needs to change very much from where we've been at.
Minnesota now faces the team where they actually began that 5-game winning streak. Chicago earlier this season defeated the Bears 19-13 at Soldier Field. We'll see if history repeats itself on Monday night. We love a good primetime NFC North contest, or as my dad still calls it, the NFC Central.
The Vikings have a couple wins in big-time matchups this year too, which kind of gets the monkey off their back from previous years.
Yeah, and so if Kirk isn't quarterback, I don't know if the primetime thing is still a thing. We'll see how primetime Josh Dobbs does. He's 0-1 right now, so we'll see.
Hasn't lost.
That's fair.
0-0 in prime time.
0-0.
After the break, Russ is back in with one more look at your holiday forecast.